What little thing that happened to you that is just stuck in the back of your head forever? People don't like you, they only tolerate you. Even though it was said to me as a child, I still think about from time to time as an adult. That I put too much butter on my toast. I don't know why it stuck with me. I'm no longer friends with the person, but every damn time I butter toast I hear it in my head, like this constant criticism. In response, I slather even more butter on to remind the bitch in my head that I'm in control. My mom had a stroke when I was 24, her filter after that was gone. She was a totally different person. Very hateful. Anyways, I had taken her shopping and had unloaded all of her groceries and other goodies we picked up and was getting ready to leave. I hugged her and she squeezed me tight and said, "I wish you were never born, you little bitch." While it wasn't unusual for her to be hurtful, this one cut me to my core. It replays in my head so often. There's a couple things. One is a comment I read years ago. I wish I knew how many things I've already done for the last time. The other, I had sent my dad a picture of my forklift operator's certification card because I had told him I was trying to pass the test. He sent back, "Way to go." That was the last time I talked to my dad before he died. Was struggling in math in school. Kept getting low scores. Mr. Reed warned me that I would be dropped out of the advanced math class if my low scores persisted. I studied all weekend for the test on Monday. NES 8-bit just got released, so there were major temptations, but I kept doing sample problems over and over. It was about cross-multiplying fractions to get unknown percentages. Test was a breeze that Monday. Tuesday morning, Mr. Reed asks to see me outside the class. I figured he will tell me I did great on the test and give me some pep talk about how to keep the pace for a better outcome. Nope. He told me that I received the highest grade in the class on the test. He also accused me of cheating because there is no way you could've got a 100. I cried then and tears are running down my face now as I'm typing. I was in the 4th grade. The first time I ever wore a dress to school, middle school, and a guy walking by told his buddy, "Why do all the ugly ones wear cute things?" I've just now started wearing dresses and skirts again at 40. Bright side. I've also had random little kids tell me how pretty I am, so I just tried to believe them over the other dude. I was in a deep depression and my family doctor arranged some therapy for me. I went to the medical center and I went to the wrong entrance and couldn't see the office. A woman asked me if she could help me and I said I was looking for the mental health clinic. We looked at the directory and couldn't see it. A man walked by and she asked him if he knew where it was. He cheerfully said, "It's at the other entrance," and I thanked them and went to the other entrance. I was thinking about this the other day. I was self-conscious about needing therapy, but I also wanted to stop feeling depressed. I might have looked distraught, I don't know, but both strangers treated it as a simple task to help me, in a very kind way. That was about 9 years ago and I'm doing much better now. One day, I was hanging out with a friend and a Proactive commercial came in. Out of nowhere my friend goes, "Hey, you think you might need some of that?" Right as she says this, her mom walks in and calls her out on it. The irony is that we both had issues with acne at the time. My parents got divorced when I was 5, and my dad remarried pretty quickly. I have a brother and a sister, so my stepmom took on 3 kids basically overnight. Although I am grateful she stepped in and raised us, she always makes comments like, I didn't have to take on 3 kids, I could have pursued my dreams instead. My biological mom left after divorcing my dad, and I never saw her again. She never bothered to contact us, so I've always had issues with abandonment and not being wanted. Hearing those comments just reinforces those feeling of inadequacy. When my math teacher in high school felt the need to tell me that she doesn't see me having a career where I work with people. He'll never forget that. I'm a project manager now and was always outgoing and got straight A's, so I'm not sure why she felt the need to say that to me. When my fiance left me several years ago, he texted me a big long paragraph of hateful stuff after he was out of the house. The only sentence I remember is, "You were too hard to love." It's become my anxiety's mantra and eats away at my self-worth all the time. My current partner knows this and goes out of his way to tell me things like "loving you is easy" and "you are worth love." But it doesn't ever erase that painful sentence. I sell wedding dresses. Back when I worked at a large corporate bridal chain and had far fewer bills for ease, I don't know if I'd be in the same position today. I had a bride who had just been through so much. Horrible abusive husbands, trying to keep her kids together, had overcome alcohol abuse and was sober for several years, and at age 40 some was marrying her high school sweetheart after they had reconnected a few years ago. She told me he should have been the one all along. Dresses and things at this store are cheap for bridal, but still quite a bit of money, especially for this woman. We found her a dress, belt, shoes, and veil. She could really only afford the dress, and made plans with her friend to come back and get the other pieces after she picked up some extra shifts, etc. Her friend bought the belt. I bought her the shoes. They were rose gold to match her engagement ring. They were probably 30. She cried in my arms and her friend gave me the biggest hug. I think about her often tbh, every bride sticks with me, and I hope she's doing well. I hope she still has those shoes in her closet and wears them out on fancy dates with her high school sweetheart and got a happy ending. Seeing mom got hit by dad. Some of these little things would sent me to a psych ward. Y'all are strong. My first year in high school, I didn't have very high self-esteem. I didn't feel as pretty or as developed as my friends. Being a year younger, one day a guy passed my desk and accidentally touched my hand. And right in the middle of class said pretty loudly, "Wow, you have really soft hands." And then just kept walking to his seat. I know I probably blushed like an idiot, but I never forgot it. I have always taken special care of my hands ever since. That little compliment really stuck with me. I know it sounds pathetic, but I was a young girl. Made me feel good about myself for a minute year. Senior year, I non-accidentally bumped into a girl in a science class. We were gathering around a demonstration the teacher was doing in a way that my hand ended up on her ass. I stammered out my fake apology and she smiled. "Oh no, don't worry, sweetie. I know you're not that type." She said it so sincerely. I felt and still feel so horrified that I've never allowed myself near a woman in a crowded space since. It was the best lesson in consent anyone could have taught me. I'm 52. That happened 34 years ago. I still hate myself as I write this. In middle school, I was assigned to a group project with 2 people I kinda knew and 1 girl I did not. The girl I didn't know was really awkward with me, in particular for the first few days. I didn't know why, but it also wasn't my business. The next weekend of the project, she told me, "I thought you would be a mean girl because you're pretty, but you're actually really nice." I have never forgotten that moment, and I doubt I ever will. It was the most genuine compliment I had ever received at that point, and it probably held that rank for a few more years. This thread just proves words matter.